Okay, so I'm gonna make this quick, okay? I've just woken up. It's fucking early as shit. I was meant to only get like maybe like 4 to 6 hours sleep yesterday so I could be awake at 11 p.m. so I could do a gaming session. Turns out I've just slept for about 13 hours, which is good because I can't sleep properly. But this is the funny stuff, okay? So I've just had two of the most whacked out dreams. I'll start with the first one. Okay? So, long story short, I was basically being abducted by these two people that wanted to force me into an unwanted orgy, which I suppose is where the forced segment comes into. And they've stripped me out of my clothes and everything. So I was like, okay. Before we do anything, can I please just go to the toilet? And they're like, okay, yeah, our house is just down the road and everything. It's in this little cul-de-sac area. It's just down there. I'm like, okay. So I start running for my life, right, to the toilet and everything. And I start approaching this house. Doors are open and everything. Looks like a nice house. And I'm like, okay, like, is this the house? So I start walking into the house, and then like I get this feeling like I'm not alone here. And then I see shadows and everything. I hear cupboard close and everything. And I start backing up slowly. And they're like, hello? I know someone's here. And I was just like, silly me, was just like, yes, it was me. Look, I got the wrong house. I just needed the toilet. Please just enjoy your dinner with your family. It looks like a lovely piece of dinner. I would love some of that meat, but I gotta go. Like, I'm very, very sorry. So I turn around and I sprint out of that fucking house. And the people that are trying to like abduct me and everything that are waiting outside that house. I'm like, wrong fucking house. And then freaking out of nowhere, fucking, they're walking me back and everything. Like, I still haven't had a chance to go to the toilet. And then this fucking alien comes out of nowhere, big ship and everything. Somehow reaches down, grabs her, takes her, and puts her in the ship. Takes the guy and everything, and then was about to put him in the ship and say, second door, we don't actually want you. Flings him away, he dies. And then this other fucking group of people and everything are just like, dude, are you okay? Like, we saw like what was happening, but we couldn't find our moment when to act. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I need to pee, but I was just like, thank you, aliens. And then so me and this chick are talking and everything, and she's like, yeah, you seem like a pretty nice fella. Like, would you like a mood ring? I'm like, I would love a ring. Like, those things don't really work. I mean, I don't really understand how they work, but yeah, I'll go for a ring. Like, so what are you doing? It's like, yeah, well, let's go get some lunch. I'm like, I'm down for lunch. And then the alien takes her. I'm like, fuck you, aliens. And I wake up, and then I fall back asleep. I was just like, wow, that was weird. You know, I had a little bit of a drink, fell back asleep. Next thing you know, I'm in a fucking downgraded version of fucking Hogwarts and everything, mixed with people from like who I went to TAFE with for my music, people I went to acting with, people that were my friends in high school, to just totally new strangers. And this shit got wild. There was so much funny shit going on. I was just like, all right, like, look, like, I need to go to I need to go to the toilet and everything. And the teacher was like, how about like next time, like, you go to the toilet before we start class and everything, so you don't miss like anything I'm trying to teach. I'm like, so I've been holding this all day, like I need to go. Like, this isn't me just wanting to get out of your class. This is me literally needing to go because I feel like I'm about to release the floodgates on why Noah needed to build his ark. Like, I need to pee. And he's just like, okay. And my friends was laughing and everything. It's just like, oh, you're going to get into such a bad punishment, dude, and everything when you get back. I'm like, nah, trust me. If they wanted to punish me and everything, they send all the people that are set for punishment to Snape's class. We'll lose it laughing. And so there's these two doors right next to each other. These two doors, and they're like, and the teacher's like, the toilet's over there. I'm like, okay. So I'm going to go to the door on the left. I'm just like, is this the right toilet, or is this like the female toilet? Like, am I about to be basilisked or moaning myrtled? And he's just like, just pick a door. I'm not telling you which one is which. So I go to the left door. I'm like, okay. And it leads me outside, right? Surprisingly, it's an outside area that's a toilet, but it also looks like a bar and lounge segment that you would go and rest, have a meal, friends, music, live action, all that stuff. And that's the toilet. Really weird, you know? I'm just like, oh, so I can buy myself a beverage while I need to go to the toilet and do my homework. Like, that seems pretty handy. And so I'm trying to find a place I feel comfortable to pee, considering it's outside and exposed. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just pee here. So as I do that, I can literally see everyone from the other segment of the place, them literally coming out and watching me pee. And I can't stop. I've already begun peeing. I can't stop. I'm just like, so I'm trying to like scuttle and everything so I can hide my privates but still pee. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And it's like, yeah, just keep going. It's like, you know what? If you really wanted to see my willy that bad, here it is. So I just spun around and I just peed and just exposed everything. I lost it laughing in maniacal laughter. And I was like, there's my penis. There you go. Is that what you wanted? So I finish up what I'm doing, right? And then as I've cleaned myself up and everything, like I wash my hands and I'm about to like walk back in to go to the class and there, all that sort of stuff. This chick has the nerve to turn around to me. It's just like, you are a skank. I'm like, how? And it's like, because I was peeing here? Like, hang on a second. Judging by your logic, like you and the rest of the class came out here to watch me pee. So doesn't that actually make you the skank? She took that personal. She took that fucking personal. But we all ushered back into class and everything. We've all sat down. And as we sat down, this trick and everything to the left of the further side of the classroom was like, teacher, when does lag... I got a question to ask, but first I wanted to ask, when does Dragon Lunch get here? Because I don't want to ask this question if Dragon Lunch is going to show up. And the teacher was like, who is Dragon Lunch? And I was like, sir, I think she means Dumbledore. It's like, I'm never going to be able to think of Dumbledore the same ever again. He's always going to be Dragon Lunch. And so the teacher's like, okay, like, what was your question? No, Dumbledore's not going to be in today, as far as we know. It's like, okay, well, I've got a drug dealer about to come by. Is it okay if the drug dealer stops by and gives me the drugs I've ordered? And I've turned around like, oh, sir, she needs her medicine. Otherwise, she can go on withdrawals and end up as Moaning Myrtle. And the teacher was so fed up at this point, and he was like, Moaning Myrtle does not exist. And I'm like, you exercised Moaning Myrtle? Then I woke up and I immediately fucking called my friend Shelf, who lives in America, and I told him this shit, and he's just like, dude, what the fuck goes on in your mind? But either way, I thought I would just share that. I'm very tired, it's very early, and I need to get this stuff done. So, yeah. Dragon Lunch, dude. Either way. My head's crazy place to be, but it's fun at times. Fuck you, aliens!